Hey, the learners opened up the wallet, and they claimed they couldn't afford both, which is a lie. Of course, they can afford them. They chose Strasburg initially. So, what are your thoughts on Strassi coming back?
Well, it's only a great thing. I mean, they've invested 10 years in this guy, basically. So he finally came through, helped them win the World Series. I think they had to try and re-sign him because I don't think they're going to get Rendon. And you lose both of them, man, that's a bad look. And that's going to hurt your attendance, and it's going to do a lot of things negatively. With him back, and hopefully Max has a good year, you're going to be back in the hunt again. I mean, the question always is, which one did you want, a pitcher or a third baseman? I think the thing is Rendon is looking to come back. So you had to go for Strasburg.
How much, if at all, will it help? We're hearing reports that Steven Strasburg is active in trying to recruit Rendon back to the Nationals, or is that just kind of window dressing at this point? Probably doesn't have that much influence.
Nah, I mean, I'm sure Rendon will take the call and say, hey, buddy, good hearing from you. I'm still going to go do this. It'd be no different than if one of the Junkies split off. The three of you call, I'm still getting all that money. So you say goodbye to each other.
Did you cry when the Nats won the World Series?
Almost. I was very happy. I mean, that's a lifetime goal to watch, to have seen the World Series and the way they did it. You're sitting there in the seventh inning thinking, oh, man, this ain't going to happen. And then, bam. And, it was a life. I'm a baseball guy more than anything. So, it was just a dream come true to watch this and see a goal. Now I've seen every team in town win a title. And, I'll go back to the Bullets. Yeah. So I've seen them all. This was the last one. And I wasn't sure it was going to ever happen,
You probably couldn't believe what you were seeing.
It was a little surprising, yeah. I mean, just because they were down so many times in that whole series and then won late. Think of all the people who spent – no home crowd got to see their team win ever in that World Series. All that money, and you never got to see your team win. That's crazy. But, yeah, it was exciting. I mean, I would have liked them to score 7 runs in the first in the last game and cruise, but, hey, it was such an exciting series to watch. We'll remember this the rest of our lives.
We're joined by Rick Snyder, 106.7 The Fan columnist. Read his latest work. After signing Strasburg, Nats should go get Rendon. Right. Check it out on thefandc.com. Let's pivot over to the Redskins for a second here. Rick, do you think Bruce Allen survives till the end of this season as the team president for the Redskins? Can he survive this disaster of a 2019 campaign?
Well, yeah, I think he does. I don't see the point really in letting him go unless Dan just wants to feed the crowd. Let's see what Sunday brings. If Sunday is once again all Eagles fans, which I kind of doubt because they're not doing that great, but the place is empty and you get beat bad, maybe he does. Maybe he pulls the trigger then instead of waiting 2 more weeks, because at this point, what's the point? But, I know he's looking at the coaching search. If you have any relationship to Bruce Allen's days, if you were a water boy in Oakland, you can't come here. Sorry. That's the new rule on that. It seems like Bruce knows everyone in the league somehow. But, you have to go with you would like to think you have to go with a new GM, but Dan Snyder doesn't always want to listen to the crowd here. But Bruce has just been horrible in these 10 years. You wonder what's it going to take. Well, a 3-13, nobody in the stadium, that's pretty much the bottom of the market.
I have to see it to believe it. I mean,
yeah, I'm a little like you too on that.
I know that there's talk. I know that there was rumors coming out of Ashburn that he wants to make changes, wholesale changes. I got to see it to believe it.
Well, he held on to Vinny Serrato for a long time, and you got to remember Serrato's winning percentage was much better than Bruce's.
The NFC East is now 17-35 after the Eagles beat the Giants on Monday. 17-35. Alshon Jeffrey just out for the year now. He hurt his foot. All right, so the Eagles are just devastated with especially receiver injuries. They still got to play the Cowboys. Now the Eagles and Skins hook up Sunday here. The Eagles aren't blowing anybody away. I mean, they're not playing that great. They're 6-7. I think the Skins hanging around. But I think the Eagles win. But, man, the division's so bad. The fact that I think 8-8 is going to win the division.
This was a classic year for the Redskins to win the division at like 8-8. Yeah. That's how they've done it before. They've never won 12-4, not in the Snyder era.
It might be 7-9. 7-9 might win the division.
Yeah, very much. I think 7-9's in play. And, it's a cycle thing. They'll come back in a few years and be the better division again. But This was the year the Redskins could have stole one, at 7-9 or 8-8. Things happen. Mistakes were made.
If the Redskins and Eagles game, when is that game, Cakes?
That's this Sunday.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Redskins Giants.
That's 2 weeks. Yeah.
So if the Redskins Giants are playing, let's just assume the Redskins lose this weekend, they'll be 3-11. Giants 2-11. So if they're playing in 2 weeks, Cincinnati's probably going to have the number one pick. We assume they're going to take Burrow. But let's just say that game is for the number 2 pick. Would you take Chase Young or would you take the big stud offensive lineman Thomas out of Georgia, left tackle? They need a tackle.
Yeah, they need the tackle more. What I would do is trade the pick, and get more. Because there are several offensive tackles in the first round that you could get. Not that this guy isn't a little better, but this team needs so much. They don't even have a second-round pick. If you get Chase Young, you're going to get a better offer for him. You really need to trade that pick down. There's nothing wrong with getting a great player. But, Chase Young, does he make the difference for them? I don't know. I mean, he's a great player, but you could use other things. So if they stand there ready to pick one, I take the tackle because they need him more.
Rick, thanks as always for the time. That's Rick Snyder, 106.7 The Fan columnist. Give him a follow on Twitter if you're not already, @Snide_remarks. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, guys. See you.
Yep. That's Rick Snyder. Coming up at 7:40, Dick Vermeil's going to join us.
Cakes, think about it. Cowboys play the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
They play the Eagles.
Yes.
And I think their third game. Is their third game okay. So the Rams, Eagles, Skins.
Okay.
All right. They're going to beat the Skins.
You would think. It's in Dallas.
You would assume that the Rams game's going to be tough. Rams game's a slight favorite.
Mm-hmm.
That game's at home. Eagles, you would assume the Dallas-Philly game is for the division. But I could see them losing 2 of those 3.
Yep.
All right. So that gets them to 7-9. Philly's got so many injuries, dude.
Yeah, they are the walking wounded in Philly.
I mean, they could beat the Skins with all those injuries. Yeah. Probably will. But that game against Dallas, that's going to be for the division.
Yeah.
And they 7 wins.
Right.
7-9 record, win the division.
Right.
And host a 12-win team.
Sad.